So there is one pipeline failing. A pipeline is failing on Linux servers, but same pipeline is working on Windows servers. So this it should not be. Just hold on.
Okay, guys, I'm back. So thank you for staying online. So the issue was different. Okay, so let me first of all track this, save this on my computer. So what happened is pipelines are running correctly on Windows server. Okay, the same pipeline is failing on Linux server. So what do you think? What could be the problem? Yeah, your opinions, guys, quickly. Is it server issue? Say simple question. These are all what you can say. Even you or me can identify. That's not like big deal. So a pipeline is there, correct? It works super perfect on Windows. Windows, any server it is moving, it is working very perfectly. The same pipeline, if it is hitting Ubuntu servers we have as build servers, Ubuntu servers, it fails. So this has been ongoing issue from Friday. You understood? From Friday, this trouble we had. It started on Friday at end of the shift, so we did not look in. So I gave this work to the DevOps team here, and they were unable to fix it. So that ticket got transferred to me because I'm at lead level, so they transferred to me. So quickly, to my understanding, I found there is some concern with the Ubuntu at this point of time. And all the builds, after my investigation, I came to know that all the builds that are traveling to the Ubuntu servers are failing. It's not only that pipeline. All builds that are traveling to Ubuntu. There are 3 to 4 Ubuntu servers are there. All 3 to 4 Ubuntu servers are failing. Any builds going to that are failing. So that means my assumption is something happened. It was working Friday. I mean to say Thursday it was working fine. And something happened on Friday. That is where the trouble started. Does it make sense, guys? This logic? See, till Thursday, everything was good with that mission. All 4 servers Ubuntu. All are same. You understood? All are same OS code, everything. Something happened on Friday on that missions, and that is causing all the builds to fail on that Ubuntu. So my probable thing was I estimated that build code you need to check. You need to check the build code once. Okay. Second probability is Ubuntu OS, any updates might have causing the problem. And third, our guys written some junk code maybe, which is maybe a common code across all the applications. This could be trouble. This code may be impacting all the applications. So 3 possibilities are there. So that we have to investigate. So at this point of time, I have applied a temporary fix because I don't want the team to sit idle and take the headache. So I applied the temporary fix, diverting all divert now, like in cities when you travel on the road, they will divert. So I diverted all the pipelines. Instead of sending the to Ubuntu, please divert all to the Windows. All the pipelines will now run on Windows. I hope this is a temporary fix, but it will create a load. I know it, but this is a temporary fix till maybe tomorrow. Then we have to figure it out what is the problem, either 1 or a 2 or a 3. Any one thing it could be. So we don't know. So till tomorrow, I have to work on this. Clear on this part, guys? There's a live server thing which by the time you guys joined the session, it was a thing. Okay, now let's move on with stuff. Anjana understood what I'm talking. So this is a live experience for you guys. So we'll see what will happen the result. It is running at this point. So build is going on. So at some point, and there is one more pipeline. All DB pipelines are failing. This is one more headache from morning. So this guy Karthikeyan is the DB architect. So I sent him the link. Okay, now let's jump back to our class. Yeah, Anuja, I got your PPT. I saw it. So I need to review once again. Now tell me guys what we have done in the yesterday's last session. Last class, please. What we done in the last session? You have to remind me. Okay. I think we were talking about the AWS cloud concerns, correct? Then we were talking about what else? Cloud services, correct? That is infrastructure as a service platform, those things. Then we focused on AWS account setup. This is what we covered. Now, I want to know how many of you have not created the AWS account? Raise your hands, please. How many of you have not created the AWS accounts? Not. I'm not bothering about who done. Not. So Rahul did not do. Shashul did not do. Okay, I means can I assume others are done. Shravani. Visweshwar. Okay. Only 4. Okay. So that's good. That means 80% of class is following me. That's nice. So 80% rule we are maintaining. Good. So those who have did not do, not to get upset, please make sure that you have to complete this. Okay, no backlogs. In college life, it's okay. If you have backlogs, that's okay. But here, no backlogs. Let's complete this today. Now, moving further. So once you create your account, guys, now get into the AWS account. How do you get into the account? So go to the google.com. The best easiest way is go to the google.com and say AWS sign in. Okay, sign in. So okay, understood now? Sign in. Then, so here, this is a page, guys. I want you to save this page in your favorites because whatever this page you guys log in, this is classified as AWS console login page. We call that page as AWS console login page. Clear? If somebody tells you what is AWS console, okay, don't get blank. So that is nothing but a web page where you'll put your ID and password and login. So that is called as AWS console. So this is a page. Okay. So here you have 2 choices. You can say it is root user and IAM user. Okay. So this is like a root user and this is IAM. What is the difference? So let's say root user is nothing but the person who created the account. So let's say I or you created the account in AWS. So if you are trying to log in into the computer, I mean to say log in into the AWS, you have to select this option, root user. The owner or the person who created the account in AWS, if he is trying to log in, you have to use root user. So the person who created, generally they refer AWS as root. Got it now? So the English is super clear there. English tells account owner that perform the task requiring unrestricted access. Now under your account, okay, under your account, you can create an access to your teammates. Let's say you are a project manager and your company has given authorization to, let's say you go ahead and create the account on AWS. As a project manager, I will go ahead and create an account on AWS because I given authority. I'll create. So my account will be root user. Then once the project becomes live, I'll hire the candidates into my project and they have to start working in AWS or DevOps, whoever it could be. So definitely they need access into the AWS now. So it does not mean that for every user or every fellow that you get in your project, we have to create an account there. You got it? So under your account or under the project manager's account, just an example I'm talking, we create an accounts for them as well. So such people who log in as a subsidiary of a root user under the root user, we call them as IAM. Another example to make you understand. So in a Windows computer, just this is another example to make you understand. We have an admin account, correct? Everybody agrees? In a Windows administrator, after you install the operating system, you'll have the administrator account, correct? So will you be happy to share the administrator account to everybody? Tell me guys, will you be happy to share administrator account to everybody? Let's say you are giving the laptop to, let's say, your brother, sister, or let's say friends. No, we don't. What we do? Common sense. What we do? So let's say friend is asking the laptop for 10 days. What we do? So for him, don't you create an account on your computer and share it, his ID and password to him? Correct? So we are trying to create an user account for them. Exactly the same story, guys. The company creates the root account on AWS, and all the project members who ever require the access in AWS, for them, they'll create an account under their account. Like under your computer, you will create accounts for sisters, brothers, or friends, correct? So the same. Now, such fellows are classified as IAM user. So that's a user of IAM. So you tell me, guys, should I log in as IAM or should I log in as root now? I should log in as root because I am the owner for my account, correct? So that's the reason I have to put a root. Now I'm using my account, Vikram.m. I'm guessing this is the one I have to use. Vikram.classes. Okay. Next. It's password. You have to put your password, guys, and sign in. Oh, your account is suspended due to the payments. Hold on. So let me log out here, click here. Again, sign in. I have to use different account now. I tried something. This is also gone. Okay, nice. So I think I forgot to make payments. So let me try my company account. For time being, I'm showing on my company account. Okay. 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 So I got into the, let's say, AWS account. You need to imagine like I went into the AWS account. So the moment you log in into the AWS account, right? On the left hand side, do you see this button that says services, guys? Do you see this? What I highlighted, right? So this will show the services that it offers, AWS, whatever the services it offers. Exactly looks like once you went into the restaurant, you always search for menu. Correct? You go into the restaurant and you ask boss, give me the what you can say, the menu. So you will start looking in the menu. Correct? Biryani and veg, non-veg, starters, correct? Cool drinks, sweets. So likewise, here also categories are given, like analytics, application, AR, AWS costs. So different categories are given, different services are given, right? You just try and click and see what are there in different, guys. See, I'm just going to the blockchain. I'm not into much into blockchain, but just I'm trying. So I want to see what's there in database. See, these are database services. So let's say I want to see what's media services. Okay. Right. I want to see what is quantum technologies. Okay. Likewise, I want to see what is robotics services. So likewise, our subject is restricted to the compute. That's the reason I'm going into the compute. You understood here, compute, right? So in the compute, I see lot of services now. So AWS simple, what is this? Outpost, Lightsail, Lambda, Elastic Beanstalk, EC2, EC2 Image Builder, EC2 Batch, AWS App Runner. So our target is to learn EC2 chapter. Okay. Now, before we adventure on this EC2, So you guys have to understand that the first question is, do you think the services are same in all the regions? Now the question comes in from where did the regions come in picture? Regions. Okay. So is it same in all the regions? How do you identify the regions? Since you saw the left hand side services, now you need to focus on right hand side regions. This part. Okay. So this will show you the regions, data centers. So like simple logic, to administer India effectively, way back in 1947, Indian government divided country into the states. Correct? Again into the states, they divided into the districts. Again districts, they divided into, we know it, right? So panchayat, municipal corporations, correct? Likewise, so to administer the entire AWS data centers across the world, AWS has done the classification here. So they said US East, US West. This is their internal classification, guys. They have a lot of data centers across the globe. So they've done this classification. US East, North Virginia, US East, Ohio, US West, North California. So likewise. So the regions and their availability zones. Availability zones is nothing but literally the presence of data center in each availability zone. So North Virginia, I can say availability zone. So availability zone means data center, guys. Okay. So that is where they'll store all their data, or you'll have the hardwares available and you're trying to access over the internet. Got it? So Ohio, North California, Mumbai. Now the question comes is, in each availability zone, they maintain at least 2 data centers, which are geographically at least some 300 kilometers difference. This is the, in their AWS documentation, they said that one data center to the another data center, they want to maintain at least 300 kilometers of distance. Okay. In their book, they told it is 300 miles. So why do you think they want to maintain this distance? In each data center or each availability zone, we have multiple data centers. Correct? Now, what is the reason? Any guess here? Arjun, what could be the guess? As a backup. Correct? Atif, Chamundeshwari, Divya. Right? So as a backup. So let's say, imagine a situation like this, right? The data. I have chosen to write in, imagine Mumbai data center, Mumbai availability zone. Okay, availability zone. So it does not mean that all the data centers are sitting in Mumbai, because practically we have the data center in Hyderabad and Bangalore and some other places in India. 2 to 3 data centers are there. That means data is getting written at multiple places. If suddenly, let's say Hyderabad is down or Bangalore is down, or what happens is the data can be accessed from any other location. So that is the meaning. So availability zone, they'll make sure that more than 2 and 3 data centers are there. Clear on this part now? Understood this classification? Confirm? So this is their branding, guys. Okay, like states, districts, taluks, panchayats. Likewise here, their classification. US East is one region. Under that, North Virginia data centers. Availability zone. So that is what happens. In India, they said Asia Pacific, it's Mumbai. So a lot of students think that only in Mumbai they have data center. No. So they are running all the data centers in India. They are branded with a name called Mumbai. That means they are reporting main center is Mumbai. Correct? So in Mumbai, you'll have a data center. In Hyderabad also, you'll have a data center. In Bangalore also, you have a data center. And let's say Chennai also may have data center. So all these are connecting pointed as Mumbai. That's the meaning. Now, if I ask a question that where, in which region you are supposed to create your services, correct? So will you create the services near to you, or will you create the services which is near to the client location? What is a good choice, guys? This is very, very important question in the cloud actually. So let's say you have to create a service. Will you create at your comfort level, or will you create at client comfort level? Client. The reason is they pay for you, correct? They pay for you, or your application is running for them only, correct? At the end of the day, you have created the application for them only. So if it is, let's say you have a customer base in Australia, just an example, guys. Let's say a lot of customers are there from Australia. So now let's see what is an Australian data center. Do we have any place in Australia here? Sydney is there, guys. Sydney belongs to the Australia. So as a human being, or let's say as an intelligent fellow, making your services created in Sydney will be a good choice rather than creating in Mumbai. Do you agree? Because longer the distance, or longer the, let's say, the data packet or the signal travels over the internet, longer the distance, it will delay. So that is the reason it's good choice that you create the services in Sydney. So always your services should be client centric. This is an important point. Sir, please write this in your notes. Service hostings should be always client centric. It should not be company centric. It should be client centric. Got it? Yeah, that's the point. Now, here I've decided to go with Mumbai. Imagine I'm planning to create in Mumbai. Got it now? I've decided to create in Mumbai. Now go here and look at the services now. I've selected my region and going into the services. Now our duty is to go into the compute and click on EC2. Now one interesting point here is, whatever the service, this is what the game started. The services that you see in one region and the services that you see in another region are not same, guys. Don't think they're all 100% same. So 95% the services are common in all the regions. This is what AWS tells. That is true also. So whatever the services that you find in Mumbai, the same service you'll find in Singapore data center also. The same service you'll find if you select Sydney also. Okay, that means service is common. Now, here and there, you'll find that some service may be available in Singapore and the same service may not be available in Mumbai. That means they are still in progress. AWS is still working on it. That's the meaning. You got it now? Sometimes it happens. You'll see that, okay, that one product you will see in most dominating only available in Bangalore, or maybe only available in, let's say, in North India. It takes some time. That same product also gets its popular in South. Exactly the same logic. Some services are, when they start coming up with new service, AWS may not introduce in all the regions. They come up with introducing in small regions, first in few regions, and they expand it to the all regions. So that's the reason. The moral of the story here is, the services are not same across all the regions. But however, you need to remember the formula that almost like 95% you'll find. 5% here and there you'll not find few things. Now, okay. Now go to the compute and click on EC2, guys. This is in your syllabus. So EC2 is what you're going to learn. Now the question comes is, what is EC2? Tell me, guys, what is EC2? What is EC2 full form? First of all, you require full form. What is a full form, guys? Look on the internet and give me quickly. You guys have to quickly see on the internet and tell me. Shall I look? Elastic. So let's see the full form. Far better. EC2 full form. You need to know how to search also. See, EC2 full form is Amazon Elastic Cloud Compute Cloud. This is a full form. Amazon. Anyway, Amazon is common, but this is a full form. Elastic Compute Cloud. So what is this? So it is simply, it's all about creating a machine or a PC online. And this PC, whatever you created online, is accessible. Okay, you can make it accessible over internet and you can access from any part of the world. Okay, now the simple logic is, why we create the PC first of all? That's what the question. Why we have to create the PC there? What is the necessity of it's something like, I'll replace the word here better. I will say I'll create a PC which is of server capability. Okay, that's far better. So I'm creating a PC which is of server capability and I'll create it online and I will access that over the internet and I can access it from any part of the world. So if I talk like an IT company, I would say I will use this machine. I'll use this machine to deploy whatever the application that I developed. I'll put it on that machine, okay, on that server, and give the access to the clients. If they can access the application, my application using that server, definitely company would get some revenue. Do you agree? Whether the application is giving free or let's say chargeable, that's secondary. But at the end of the day, you're planning to give the access to the clients. How you are giving? So this machine, using this machine, we go ahead and deploy our application on that. Now the question comes is, why the companies are switching from the traditional style I'll talk, to the cloud style. Example, just example. Boys, this is for boys. Okay. So once upon a time, we used to get the clothes stitched. Do you agree? Right? Do you agree, guys? Yes or no? I'm asking boys, guys. 10-15 years ago, that was the life. You ask your parents, they never heard about like you just walk into the showroom, buy the clothes and come correct directly. We get the cloth pieces and tailor stitches it and we wear it. Correct? That's a traditional style, right? But today, what is the demand? The demand is changing. We want everything cloud. What we are doing? We just go to the shop, ready-made. Yeah, simply the word is ready-made. Now there are a lot of people who argue that okay, ready-made style is helping me to reduce the cost. Do you agree? 80% will they'll say that this is a slogan today we are hearing in the ready-made concept at least. But again, there are a lot of pros and concerns are there. Positives are also there, negatives are also there. That we have to agree. That depends on case to case basis. Got it? Likewise, once upon a time, the traditional style was company used to buy their own servers and use that own servers to deploy the applications and give the access. But now the things are they're not buying and they're dependent on the cloud. The simple logic is, best example I can give is cost reduction only. Biggest reason is cost reduction. It reduces the cost case drastically. And there is a scale up option. Scale up and scale down. Okay. Scale up and scale down. Let's say currently I'm using 2 servers in AWS. Imagine suddenly overnight I require one more. You can spin up one more. You can create one more instance quickly in 10 minutes. Okay. And you can deploy the application in another 10 minutes, right? So overall, I would say in half an hour, I would have my instance ready or the machine is ready. But if it is the same case in the traditional style, you have to take the financial approval, do little R&D on the internet, what machine is good. You have to buy it, right? And get it set up. A lot of it is a time consuming process. So scaling up and scaling down in cloud is a big game changer. Cost reduction is the first benefit. Second benefit is scale up and scale down. When you require more machines, you can spin up. When the business is down, you can scale down. You got it now what I'm talking? So let's say 5 days a week, they'll have huge volume of business. They will scale up. On Saturday, Sunday, they'll scale down. Got it now? And again, interestingly, third biggest benefit is pay-per-use model. We already know this pay-per-use model. So these are all the reasons why that there is a gap coming here. The old way of traditional style is going out. The most demanding option is cloud. So we started using hosting the applications on the cloud. To host such applications, definitely we require infrastructure or machines, you can say. So that machines concept is nothing but your EC2. So we approach the AWS using our GUI tools here, and we can just directly create the online server. Once we create, we can access it from anywhere and you can host your application. As simple as it is. Clear? So I hope Rahul, today you were part of some POC in internship, that program, correct? Rahul and some other lady joined. I don't remember name. Kavya, correct? So you guys were doing some POC work on setting up Microsoft Power Automation tool, correct? Microsoft Power Automation tool. We are trying to set up this on cloud. So once we set up this on cloud, our intention is to give this access to the HR teams, correct? So that is a scope. We are doing a POC work on it. So exactly. So we can also buy a server. As a company, we can buy a server, but we are not interested to buy a server at this point. So we just went on to the cloud and we are trying to work on it. So that is a POC you guys are handling today. Yep. Now let's move on, guys. EC2. That is now, does this service come under free tier or not? So this service comes under free tier. Okay. So Indians like this word free. Am I correct? Free. Yes or no, guys? So if you hear a word called free, we get little excited. That is what that Amazon owner told, that once upon a time, all my AWS was only just America and Europe. But now he is telling that, man, it's all India. Our entire EC2 is in India only, because a lot of accounts are there now. So it has came to, and in their survey, it has came to know that Indians are highest users of AWS. Okay. Now, so free tier. So free tier, it comes under free tier policy. So free tier means it does not mean that unlimited. No, it is not unlimited. So we don't pay for EC2, that's correct, but it is not unlimited. It is limited. Okay, it is a limited, guys. There is a limit is there. Okay, I'll tell you after creation. Now let's focus only on the creation process. Let's focus on the creation processes. Quickly, we'll create. How do you create? Log in into the dashboard. Correct. You'll get to here. I'll go do it once again. So let's say first always choose a region. Okay. So let's say Mumbai. Then go to the services, choose your service. This is standard protocols. Select the region, choose your service. Then it will come to the dashboard. So this is a dashboard. Always left hand side is the menu. This part is called menu. And this part is called navigations, right? Or your main dashboard here. And generally this part, right hand side part, extreme right hand side is, or you can say this is as waste category. So fairly it is a waste category only. You don't have much information there. Generally we have work with this only and with this part. So this part generally refers to the documentation, some advertising stuff of AWS. Okay, you can ignore this part, but This is the navigation and this is the middle dashboard. Okay, now keeping that in mind, our target is to create the instance. So we'll have a lot of side headings here. EC2 dashboard, instances, images, elastic block storage. Correct. So our target is to focus on instance only. Under the instance, you have to click on first one called instances. That's it. Are we clear so far? Kavya, Kirti, Kumar Babu, Shravya, Maninder. So we need to get into the instances only. So your duty is to not to experiment a lot of things because we are not into it, right? Some students do adventure here. They'll go scroll down and they click this, this, and end of the day, bill gets generated. So whatever is being told, or at least you should be aware what you're doing. So under the instances, click on the instances. That's it. Now, once you click on instances, it is going to show you the entire machines that you are created in this region only. That has been already created. Okay. So in the Mumbai region, already some EC2 server is there, belongs to some my organization. So I'm not trying to touch it. So here what I'll do is I'll go ahead and create a new instance. Okay, it will show you how many instances you have. So instance means nothing but creating online virtual server, guys. Online virtual server. Okay. So click on launch instance. Now application form came. I'll tell you one funny thing. We're all graduates here. Correct? Everybody agrees? Yes or no, guys? Everybody are graduates here. At least everybody done degrees. Correct. So though we are educated highly or PG or PhD, so let's say you visited a bank and you ask them, like, I want to create a bank account. Okay. And he tells you that, okay, go to that, go to that corner. You will find that application form and pick it up and fill it. So let's say you guys travel to the corner and pick that form. And when you look into that form, how does it look for you? You'll be comfortable or you feel, okay, what is this junk? Though we are educated, everything, see, they'll ask your name, Aadhaar card, okay, fill out that, this, a lot of details you'll have, correct? So how it looks for you guys? What is your experience when you look at the application for first time? Tell me. So on the day one, you filled the form. Okay, imagine next week you took your parent or a father or a mother. Okay, for them also you created the account. Okay, little better. Again, next week, let's say you took your sister or a brother. Again, you created one more account, say filling the same form. Maybe after 2 or 3 fillings, can I say you'll be super comfortable? Do you agree? Tell me, guys. You'll start giving a guide to others also now, how to fill the form. On the day one, you will keep on, though you see the English very super clear. Okay, we keep on bugging the help desk or manager there. Okay, what I should write here? What I should write here? What I should fill here? So that's common. The same thing here. This is common here also. So this is your day one. So this is a simple application form you have to fill. If you fill this correct, your instance gets created. That's it. If you fill anything incorrectly, like bank account, they'll keep you in pending. Like AWS keeps you in pending. That's it. So like imagine like we have 5 or 6 pages here you need to fill up, or columns or blocks, you can say. First one. See, entire thing is block wise. See, this is one block. This is another block. Block wise, there is a gap. So this is a third one. Instance type is third one. Key pair is a fourth one. Network settings is a fifth one. Right? Configure storage is a sixth one. Advanced details is a seventh one. So in total, I would say roughly there are 7 options to be filled. So let's start with the first one. So it is asking to give some name for this instance. So let's say, what is your batch code, guys? Is it 31B? Okay, so 31B AWS or I will say 31B-EC2. I am creating Windows, guys. Windows instance I'll create first. Nice. Next, scroll down. First one is over. First block. This is only give some name. That's it. Like when kids are born, we have to give some name for them at some point. So here also same thing. We have to give some name for your instance. We're given. Next is it is asking what type of operating system you want to create. Is it Linux or is it Mac? You have the list here. See, Linux, Mac, Ubuntu, Windows, Red Hat. Likewise, a lot of options here. You have to scroll. Whatever the options that you find here, if you're not, I mean, so let's say it is not interesting, or let's say you're not finding the one which you look, then you need to go on to the browse more and start searching here. You need to search. Got it? So that is what you have to do. So I am choosing that I want to create a Windows. I've decided to go with Windows. So this is a Windows. I'll select Windows. My second option is done. Not fully. I selected Windows. Okay. In the Windows, once you select the Windows, again it is giving the option here. Okay. So what it is giving? So you want Windows Server. You have a lot of options. See, click on the Windows here. You have a lot of options. They have like items now. Windows Server 2022, Windows Server 2019, right? Windows to see, a lot of options are there. You can choose any one of them. And what is free, what is not free, it is clear here. So if you go with this operating system, the first one, it is free. You can see now free tier eligible. If I go ahead and select this one, imagine Windows Server 2022 SQL Server Enterprise. If I select this, it is not free. So what is free? The disclaimer is there on the screen. You have to select wisely, whatever it is required. So since we are practicing the subject, I'll go with the Windows Server 2022 base free one. I'll select. So second part is done. Are we clear on the second part? So the mission selection process, we call it as AMI. Operating system selection process, the full form is AMI. Amazon Machine Image. What is the full form of AMI? Amazon Machine Image. So we selected our operating system. Nice. That's good. Now let's move on to the third one. So third one, it is asking, you have chosen, given a name. You have so far selected the operating system. Now you have to select the machine. Exactly, machine. Like it looks like all this application looks like as if you visited any laptop showroom and you want to buy a laptop, and the seller will start asking, okay, they'll start asking your requirements like, okay, you want HP, you want Dell, you are Acer, or you want, let's say, IBM, Lenovo. So different brands. Once you say that I want Dell, again you'll ask next question. You want i3, i5, i7. Let's say you decided i7. Again, next question. You'll start asking what processor, what RAM you require. Correct. So what is the size? You want how much size of screen? Correct. You want bigger laptop or a sleek laptop or a smaller or bigger? So you're trying to, he's trying to take the details from you. Exactly, the AWS is trying to take the details from you now. So they have a lot of hardware with them and they are ready to give. Now, these are all hardwares you have. The different types are there. Okay. T2 nano, T2 micro, T2 small. Likewise, the list is super extensive. Okay. As you go the down, you have lot of hardwares are available. Okay. Now, which hardware is for which reason? I mean to say, for which purpose? You have this compare instance types. So this will tell you, see. So T2 nano, if you select this kind of hardware, you'll get one CPU and 0.5 GB of RAM. And there is no storage. See, storage hyphen, if you see, it is an indicates that, what is this? Okay, so let's bother here. So low to moderate is a network speed, and this is their price. You can see the pricing listing also, guys. Price listing is also given here. Okay, and a lot of other details you have here. If you scroll down, it will say what is Windows pricing and what is Linux pricing. So Windows pricing is different and Linux pricing is different. So Linux is costing, let's see, it is $0.62 per hour. It is $0.0085 per hour. So Windows costs more here. Again, case to case basis, guys. Got it now? So you go down the order. You can see one example here. One example, I'll pick it up so that you should see this model of hardware C5, 96 processors, 192 GB of RAM. 192 GB of RAM. 192 GB of RAM means, is it a normal computer or mainframe, guys? High-end server only, no? See, 192 GB of RAM is not a joke. Am I correct? We're just using 10, 8, 16, 24, 32. That's it, roughly. That's what we have in the market. But 192 is a big number. Likewise, you'll also have very strong numbers also here. The list is very big. You go to the page number 8. You see, can you imagine this number? X2 model, 128 CPUs, 4096 GB of RAM. Can I say that is 4 TB? Do you agree, guys? 4 terabyte of RAM. 4 terabyte of RAM is nothing but mainframe computer only. Hundreds of users can connect. And you can see their charges. Let's say this one. This is $27 per hour. And Windows machine costs $33 per hour. So now let's come back here. In this entire list of the machines that he has given, whatever you choose, all are chargeable except one candidate. One candidate. That is nothing but your superhero. That is T2 Micro. So T2 Micro is the only hardware where AWS is giving free of cost for you. So this T2 Micro, 1 GB of RAM, it's free of cost. Got it now? Then next, this one is KeyPair. So am I clear with the third one, guys? The third box is done. Have you understood, Kirti, Mayuri, Maunika, Nagireddy? Confirm the people I'm calling. So you understood the third one. So here you have to select you have to imagine everything like you guys went to a shop only, AWS shop, and you are trying to pick up all the items. Okay, next one is this stuff. KeyPair is bothering about the password. Okay. This one is bothering about the password. So here for the machine which you're going to create online, so for that machine, you have to generate a password. Even when you buy a new laptop, let's say the shop guy is setting up entire OS, end of the day, we'll ask him, man, what password you have created for this? Share it to me. Correct. So that password you require so that you can log in. Likewise here also, the machine which is going to be created by AWS now, whatever you told. So for that, we have to create a password. So the password creation process, we call it as KeyPair here. So let's see. Always say create a new pair. Click on here, create a KeyPair. KeyPair concept is nothing but password here. So whatever the password that you're going to generate here. Now, interesting thing is, we don't generate a password here, guys, nor we create a password. So what AWS does is, it will generate a password. I repeat. So it will generate a password and put in a file. So that file is what you are supposed to download. So that file which you have downloaded will contain the password. That means We are not creating the password there. So automatically a bigger password is created and that is kept in a file. So that file you're going to download now. So that is the reason it is asking, give a name for that file. You understood? So whatever the file you are going to download, for that file you have to give a name. So that file, what you download, that file is classified as PEM file. PEM file, guys. PEM. PEM full form, please write it. Very important. I repeat once again. We don't create a password. So AWS creates a password and it will put that password in a file and you're supposed to download it and keep that with you. Okay, that is called key pair. Password stuff is called key pair. And the file that you downloaded is called as PEM file. And the full form of PEM file is privacy enhanced mail. Privacy enhanced mail, guys. Enhanced mail. So this is the full form. So that is what I'm going to download. I'll say 31B. This is the password. I'll write like this. So 31B, this is the password for EC2. And this is, I'm creating Windows now. I'll write it safely as Windows. It's easy for me. So 31B password EC2 Windows. Now it is asking PPK or PEM. Always try to download PEM. This is an easy one. Okay. So select the PEM and click on create key pair. Now you'll get a file. See, you saw it, guys. A file was downloaded and the file was downloaded with the same name that I given the file name. So in that file that had been downloaded, it will contain some password. So that password is what you have to use to connect to the machine. So now this part is also clear. Are we clear on this? Key pair. Tell me, guys. Rajat, Shankar, Pavan, Bhagat, Pratibha, Pratibha, Prithviraj, Rahul. Okay, nice. This part is also clear. Now let's move on to the next part. So next episode called as network settings. So here in this entire story of network settings, nothing to touch. Okay, you need to simply focus on this value. That's it. Whatever I highlighted, you need to make sure that anywhere is pointing to this value is pointing to anywhere, guys. This one. So anywhere is what you need to select. So we don't touch much in this part. The reason is this network setting part is connected to a lot of different chapters, like creating the firewalls, creating the I mean to say assigning IPs and creating the networks. Okay, which is out of scope for our syllabus. But at this point, not to touch those settings, that is not required. Okay. So simply make sure that this is anywhere. Okay, anywhere. That's it. The next. So next part is configure storage. So whatever the OS that you selected and whatever the hardware that you selected. So here definitely it requires some space, correct? Storage you need to select. Like when you buy a, let's say, computer, not laptop. See, even laptop also, they'll ask you want 1 TB or 2 TB or 3 TB or 500 GB RAM, sorry, hard disk. So likewise here also, you have to select your hard disk now. So by default, it will pick some number, guys. This is interesting, very, very interesting, this value here. By default, it will show you some number in GBs. So that number will come automatically based on what OS operating system you selected. Since I'm planning to put Windows, automatically the number will come 30. In the Windows also you'll have some operating systems, different types, which will show 25 only. We'll have some OS here where it will show 40 also. For example, if you go with Linux, it will be 8. Some different brands of Linux, it will show 10, 12 also. So this value is purely dependent on the OS, whatever the OS you selected here. I repeat, that value that got there purely depends on what you selected here, guys, this part. So now it is trying to tell you that minimum it requires 30 GB. You can increase this number, but you cannot decrease this number. So to operate that machine, minimum it requires 30 GB of space. So you can increase. Let's say you want more space, you can make it 50. But if you make it 20, it will not work because minimum requirement is 30 there. Okay, you can add more. So that's that part. So once last is advanced. Last advanced also we don't touch. This is not required. This is connected to again different chapters of AWS, guys. Not required. So we don't touch this. So I'll summarize in simple. I'll summarize once again in simple, guys. We are given a name here. Okay. The next, we have chosen our OS here. What OS you require. The next, we have chosen what kind of hardware we require here. And we have given some password here. The next, at this, we have to make sure that it is pointing to anywhere. If it is anywhere, you even if you are sitting on internet, also you can connect. Internet data, internet center also, CAFE. Now, then click on launch instance. That's it. It will start create the machine for you guys. So each instance, once you created the configuration, if you say please create, each instance like Aadhaar, guys, you provide your credentials, a new Aadhaar for everybody, correct? So every human being has one Aadhaar. Likewise here also, every instance will carry some instance ID. I repeat, every instance will carry some instance ID. Got it? So if you click, this is the instance ID, like unique number. This is the instance ID. So if you click on this instance ID, you'll go back to the dashboard from where you created. So this is the dashboard you can see. Got it? So this is an instance ID. Now it is running. See the state it is running. Correct? And it is telling status checks. So it is working on creating your computer, guys. You need to wait until it creates. So in the status checks, you should see something by 2x2 checks. 2x2 value you'll get. First one is hardware connections checks, and next one is network connection checks. So it will take first time when you creating the instance, it will take longer time. 4 to 5 minutes also it will take. It will take its own time. So meanwhile, we'll go back and see the what pipeline happened. What is this? Somebody cancelled. Why again somebody cancelled? This is what the problem. Okay, it has been successful. You see? So 34 minutes ago, who is this guy? SN1 updated query passing patient ID. He is giving something. Phase 1, it has been success. And why mine was, where is my ID VT? This was 1 hour ago. Yeah, it is good now. So it has been success. We started this 34 minutes ago, guys. So this is the one. 34 minutes ago it started. So I need to ping this guy. So who is this? So, what is this? I need to send them answer saying it is done. So, but that is not permanent fix. So we need to see what went wrong tomorrow, not today. So all these are pipelines actually. So okay. So let's come back to the dashboard and see what happened. We'll refresh this. You got see 2 by 2 checks are done. Am I clear? So 2 by 2 checks are done, guys. First check is for your network connection, this hardware connections, and next check is for network connections. So if everything is fine, then we need to know how to connect. Got it now? Then we need to know how to connect. So we'll stop that episode here. I mean to say we'll stop it here for the day. It's more than 10 o'clock. We'll stop it. And I'll show you how to connect tomorrow, not today. But at this point of time, once you see that instance got created, you see that 2 by 2 checks are done and you see that running. So we are good. So then you need to know how to stop it. That means we made the mission up now. We need to know how to stop. Highlight the mission. Please make sure that you highlight this mission here in the checkbox and go to the connection state and say stop. Am I clear? This is very important, guys. So we came to know how to create, but you need to know how to stop it. If you don't stop, it keeps on running for unnecessary or unknowingly, which is not recommended. Okay. So put a check mark here, whatever machine that you guys have created, then say stand step, stop. Then it will say, do you want to really stop? We are not trying to delete, guys. We're just stopping it. Tomorrow we'll just start it. That's the only difference. Stop. So let it stop, guys. It says stopping. Correct. Refresh it. Don't go out of this window or try to switch or close it until you see that it says stopped. So stopping also it will take 1 or 2 minutes. It says stopped, guys. You see the value? Earlier it was saying stopping. Now it is saying stopped. So that means machine went down. So we are happy. So when you are using, make it up. When you're not using, make it stopped. That's it. So then log out of your account. That's it. Sign out. Are we clear on today's class? Confirm. Okay. Nice. So we'll stop it here for the day, guys. And we'll catch up tomorrow. And again, I repeat. So today I just spoke to Maninder. As I told you, I will talk 1 or 2 guys every day with you. So I spoke to Maninder today. Okay, I had very good discussion with him. And if anybody is interested to have like conversation with me, please message me. I'll set up some time tomorrow and I'll talk to you. Okay, message me. So I changed the plan. Instead of running behind you guys, everybody calling. No, let's make it reverse now. So whoever is interested, so please want to talk and take some clarity, please message me. You guys have my WhatsApp number. Avoid calling, guys. Calling should be last option. Message me. And sometime tomorrow, based on time between you and me understanding, we'll talk. Okay, that's all, guys. And let's say catch up tomorrow. See you. Bye-bye.